We know that the Prophet ﷺ is a descendant of prophets. Okay? We're all descendants of Sayyidina Adam, ala nabiyyina alayhi salatu wassalam. And from Adam alayhi salam, Idris alayhi salam, then the lineage continues to go down until Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam. Then from Nuh alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam is known as the second father of mankind. After Nuh alayhi salam, and after a number of generations, comes the great prophet Sayyidina Ibrahim, ala nabiyyina wa alayhi salatu wassalam. Okay, the Prophet ﷺ is descendant of Sayyidina Ibrahim. That's why in one hadith the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ana da'watu Abi Ibrahim." I am the dua of my father Ibrahim. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Ibrahim alayhi salam had two sons, Ishaq and Ismail. Ishaq alayhi salam remained in Palestine and is buried and resting in Palestine in Hebron, Khalil, that place called Khalil Hebron, where Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam is resting. Sayyidah Sarah, Ibrahim alayhi salam's wife, her mazar sharif is there. Sayyidina Ishaq alayhi salam's mazar is there. Sayyidina Ishaq alayhi salam's wife mazar is also there. That's all within the vicinity of the masjid in the area called Khalil Hebron. The second son of Ibrahim alayhi salam was Ismail alayhi salam. Ismail alayhi salam is the ancestor of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Up to Ismail alayhi salam, these have all been, meaning these are the major prophets: Adam alayhi salam, Idris alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam. The ones that we know and that are common and that are well known and that are written in the books of Islamic history. These are all the ancestors of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and we know this. There's no ikhtilaf, there's no disagreement here. From Ismail alayhi salam descended a man known as Adnan. His name was Adnan. There is agreement that Adnan is a descendant of Ismail alayhi salam. The disagreement is which generation after. Is he 5th generation? Is he 10th generation? So there's a difference of what is his number in terms of the generation. But there's agreement he is a descendant of Ismail alayhi salam. From Adnan all the way to the Prophet ﷺ's father, Sayyiduna Abdullah radiyallahu ta'ala anhum, there is an agreement on the lineage of the Prophet ﷺ. There are 21 fathers of the Prophet ﷺ, and there is agreement regarding every single one of them. So when you read the books of the seerah, the biography of the Prophet ﷺ, you read the books of hadith, you read the Sahih of Imam al-Bukhari, where the lineage of the Prophet ﷺ is mentioned, it will be mentioned from Sayyidina Abdullah all the way to Adnan. So that is agreed upon, the lineage of the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is the agreed upon lineage, and we know that he is descendant of the great prophets alayhi salatu wasalam. A few things to remember. Of course, besides the prophets alayhi salatu wasalam, the others of course are non-prophets. But what does that mean if they are non-prophets? So from Adnan to Sayyidina Abdullah, they're non-prophets. Some people, when they number one, people don't even speak about the lineage of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the first issue, because they don't even speak about the lineage. So how do they know the etiquettes of speaking about the ancestors of the Prophet ﷺ? Then beyond that is actually researching who they were and how significant they were. So because they do not speak about the honorable lineage, they have not researched the lineage, they do not know this field well, then they end up, na'udhu billah, criticizing the aba, the forefathers of the Prophet ﷺ, and they start accusing them of committing, na'udhu billah, haram acts. Saying that the Arabs, like for example in our last session we spoke about the religions that were prevalent in Arabia, the cultures that were prevalent in Arabia, and people who have not studied, they will just assume, okay, so therefore, na'udhu billah, the ancestors of the Prophet ﷺ also are people of shirk and polytheism. Imam Alusi al-Baghdadi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, a great scholar of tafsir, a scholar of hadith and grammar, and a historian, he says, ذهب كثير من العلماء إلى أن جميع أصول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من الآباء والأمهات كانوا موحدين في اعتقادهم مؤمنين بالبحث والحساب وغير ذلك مما جاءت به الحنيفية من الأحكام. He says, it is an agreement of many of the scholars that all of the ancestors, usulun nabi, all of the ancestors of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from his fathers and his mothers, from his fathers and his mother. So you had Sayyidina Abdullah and Sayyidina Amina, mother and father. But Sayyidina Abdullah has his own mother and father. Sayyidina Amina has her own mother and father. And then the Prophet ﷺ's grandfather, Sayyidina Abdul Muttalib, has his own. The further back you go, it grows, doesn't it? So all of the fathers, all of the mothers, there is an agreement. There is the vast majority of the scholars who say that the fathers and the mothers of the Prophet ﷺ, they were all monotheistic in their beliefs. They all believed in only one God, and they believed in resurrection, they believed in accountability, and they believed in the rules that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi brought with him. All of them. So when we go through the lineage, Abdullah bin Abdul Muttalib bin Hashim bin Abd Manaf bin Qusay bin Kilab bin Murrah, all the way up to the son of Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, every single one of them believed in one Allah, every single one of them believed in resurrection, every single one of them believed in accountability, every single one of them believed in the laws of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. They all were believers. They were all believers.